What happens when you turn your ignition key to the lock position while your vehicle is in motion? The steering wheel will lock. If a vehicle is approaching you with its high beams on, you should look towards the right edge of the road. To exit a freeway or expressway, use a deceleration lane to reduce your speed. You may make a right turn at a red light, but only after you do all of the above. In New Jersey, it is illegal for a person who is at least 21 years old to drive with a blood alcohol concentration, BAC, of or higher 0.08%. If your vehicle stalls on a railroad crossing, what should be done? Get everyone out the vehicle and far away from the tracks. Which of the following should you not do on a highway? Slow down to create a large gap in highway traffic. When entering a highway from an entrance ramp, you must yield the right-of-way to vehicles already traveling on the highway. If you commit a moving violation in another state, will it be reflected on your New Jersey driver record? Yes, any violation counts. You must use your headlights. ½ hour after sunset to ½ hour before sunrise. Under New Jersey law, you may not use a handheld device to blank while you're driving. Do any of the above. The only cure for severe carbon monoxide poisoning is receiving 100% oxygen supply as soon as possible. When driving around large vehicles, keep in mind that they may take as much as blank longer to stop. 25%. Total stopping distance is equal to perception distance and reaction distance and braking distance. In New Jersey, the speed limit in an urban school zone, business district, or residential district is blank, unless otherwise posted. 25 miles per hour. The most common type of parking on city streets is parallel parking. What are the early symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning? Any or all of the above. If your license is suspended and you have a crash resulting in injuries to another person, you may face which of the following penalties? All of the above. To lessen the chance of a collision, stay at least blank behind the vehicle ahead of you for each 10 miles per hour of speed. 1 car length, 20 feet away. If you plan to turn, you must start to signal at least blank before you turn. 100 feet. On an expressway, you can avoid highway hypnosis by constantly moving your eyes around the highway and watching for traffic and highway signs in front of you. Imagine that you are approaching a railroad crossing and you notice flashing lights, gates that are lowering, and other signals warning you that a train is approaching. What will you do? Stop at least 15 feet from the tracks. The blank technique lets you turn the steering wheel as much as a half turn while still keeping both hands on the wheel. Hand over hand. When a traffic signal turns green at an intersection you are going straight through, you must make sure there are no more vehicles or pedestrians in or coming through the intersection. When are you allowed to drive on the shoulder to pass another vehicle on the right? Never. Following too closely behind a vehicle is also known as tailgating. If there is blank in the center of a road, passing is not allowed on either side. A double solid yellow line. A single solid white line across a road at an intersection means that you must blank for a traffic signal or sign. Stop behind the line. When driving at 20 miles per hour on packed snow, you should maintain a following distance of at least 6 seconds. While you're driving, keep both hands on the steering wheel at the 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock positions. Passing is prohibited on the shoulder of a road. What light should bicyclists use to be visible to other motorists? White front light and red rear light. If you have consumed too much alcohol to drive safely, what should you do? Ask a designated driver to drive you. What is a no zone? A blind spot of a large vehicle. When you're driving in fog at night, you should use low beam headlights. Which of the following statements about headlights is false? High beams are used when traveling behind other vehicles. A do not enter sign is a red circle inside a white square. When making a left turn at a controlled intersection, you must yield to oncoming vehicles. What should you do when you park your vehicle facing uphill next to a curb? Set the handbrake and turn the wheels away from the curb. In a multilane roundabout, if you intend to exit the roundabout less than halfway around it, use the right lane. If you are signaled by a flagger at or near a construction site, you must follow the flagger's signals no matter which lane you are in. If some of your guests want to drive home after drinking excessively, you should invite them to stay overnight. If a vehicle ahead of you stops for a pedestrian, you must not pass the stopped vehicle. Because of their size, trucks and buses may move, blank, to make a right turn. All the above. When you see a triangular road sign, you must reduce your speed and yield. If your vehicle breaks down on an expressway, the first thing you should do is try to pull off the road. Work zone signs are usually what color? Orange. To give yourself enough time to react to hazards, you should scan the road, blank, ahead. 10 to 15 seconds. What should you do if another driver tailgates your vehicle? Move over and let the tailgater pass.